Strays. I finally got to see this. It's got the voices of Will Ferrell, Jamie Foxx, Isla Fisher, uh, and I don't know. Will Forte he's in this. Actually, he's actually up in this, like, for real. He's not one of the dogs. It's just got a lot of people in this, so it's mainly Will Forte and Jamie Foxx. Will Ferrell and Jamie Foxx. Sorry, it's mainly Will Ferrell and Jamie Foxx are sort of like the core dynamic in this film. And yeah, it's a comedy. It's one of those things that people say we can't make anymore, comedies, and especially the fact that it's a crude comedy. And I think people figured out how to navigate the kinds of comedies and the kinds of jokes that we don't make anymore. We don't make American Pie anymore. But if it's with dogs, we can make lots of jokes. So that long-awaited film that you've been waiting for that is really crude, that it seems like we are in some generation that will never accept a film like that anymore. Welcome to Strays. Strays goes for some of those jokes. And I thought it was hilarious. This film is totally up my alley. It's not going to be up everybody's alley. I've seen mixed reviews, obviously. Some people, I think, they've been away from comedy for too long. And their ability to accept a film like this, I think maybe they grew up. Their Peter Pan syndrome is gone, and they weren't able to laugh at a film like this. And I feel bad. I feel bad for them. My heart breaks. This was entertaining. Was I like rolling in the aisles entertaining? No. It's like, it's not. It didn't become the biggest new comedy like in the last 10 years or anything like that. But it's welcome. I welcome it into my home. And it does have audio description on Peacoc, which is great. And I gotta give the narrator props because she's like level-headed the whole time. She just, like, nothing phases her. It reminds me of, I gave the narrator props for Jackass, for the last Jackass movie, Jackass 4, whatever it was. For just some of the stuff they had to describe. And same thing here. I love that the narrator just kind of has this like equally level, somewhat cheery disposition. I'll say somewhat upbeat, but it never changes. You know what I'm saying? Like it's never like, I'm describing something that's really gross, but you wouldn't know it. Because my voice is just going to stay level the whole time, and I'm just going to talk to you like this. I may be talking about, dicks and balls, but you don't know that because I have not changed the level of my voice. I'm not reacting to anything that this film is throwing at me. I may be horrified as a human being, but you wouldn't know that because I'm just going to keep it right here the whole time, the whole film, and just talk to you very calmly, as if nothing is happening that would absolutely make me laugh or disturb me in any way whatsoever. So yeah, this film takes some hard swings at some jokes. It also, surprisingly, will probably hit every single dog owner ever because, if you love dogs, you're just like, I don't want them to be strays. I want to adopt dogs. But I don't know if I want to adopt these dogs with these mentalities. Although Reggie was, who's the dog that's voiced by Will Ferrell in the beginning, is overly optimistic, and you feel really bad for him because his owner, Will Forte, is a dick. He's just a giant asshole. And they play that for the whole film. The first part of the film is Will Forte consistently trying to get rid of Will Ferrell and drive him out into the middle of nowhere, and head back home, and and Will Forte keeps homeward bounding his way home, and Will Forte is just like, fuck. So finally he takes a long trip and drops him off, and that's when Farrell meets the rest of the gang, and then they decide that what Reggie needs is to go back and bite off his owner's dick. And that is the plot of the film. Heartwarming. Totally not for kids. Very much made for adults. I think this was a film that confused a lot of people because people didn't know it was made for them, and probably the marketing didn't quite answer the questions the way, this could have been like Sausage Party, but I don't think that they necessarily answered the questions, sent out the marketing, but I would equate this to Sausage Party. So they'd opened about the same time. Sausage Party was a huge hit. It was hard to convince adults to show up to Sausage Party, and not kids, because that film is not for kids. But the adults that showed up to Sausage Party, I think, had fun with it. And I think more adults, if they had shown to Strays, would have had fun with it. I really don't know what happened with this film, with the marketing. I enjoyed this. Really happy to see this on Peacock. This is the kind of film that I immediately, as soon as it was over, decided I would watch it again. I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to watch this again at some point. I already know this is a film that I want to see again. I want to get more of those jokes and just be able to appreciate more of the how they pick up on dog humor. How they make fun of the things that dogs do, the crazy dog behavior, and how they justify it from a dog's perspective. So many good moments. It's crude and adorable, which is really an odd combination. It's both. It's got some moments where you'd be like, oh, poor dogs. And then other moments where you'd be like, that's gross. But the poor dogs. So it's a very odd mixture. I'll admit that. And I accept all viewpoints on this film. If this is polarizing for you, fine. I could tell if this is not your style of comedy, sure. Like all that is fine, but this is mine. And I would have been just another positive review for it on Rotten Tomatoes, just to help that tomato meter a little bit. But I think Strays is one of the funniest films of the year, easily, hands down. This has not been a very funny year for comedy. So most of the other films that are fun, that have been among the funniest, are technically films that live in another genre. Maybe like Guardians of the Galaxy or Dungeons and Dragons would probably be in the top. And technically those are not comedy firsts. They're like in another genre and they also happen to be funny. So this one is actually just trying to be a comedy, and I appreciate that. As I said, the audio description, yeah, there's a lot here. There's a lot here, and I felt like it described it pretty well. So get ready. Get ready for this. I don't know how else to describe that to you without, I don't want to spoil any of the jokes. I'm trying not to spoil any specific jokes in this film, but yeah, it's not for kids. So I'm going to give Strays an A-. I really enjoyed this film, so thank you for existing. And also, thanks for watching. Hopefully you click subscribe. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. So I can talk about more films that have audio description and why they work and why they don't work and what I liked about the audio description. And I also have a website, MacMovieGuy.com. You can go to X, Threads, or Instagram and follow me at MacMovieGuy. You can go to the audio description project, adp.acb.org. It'll let you know what is audio description, where you can watch it. And you can go to the ADNA.org. That's the ADNA.org. It'll let you know who's narrating your favorite films and television series. That's it. I will watch another film and see you guys on the other side.